Hello, my lovelies. I am doing this video outside as I usually do, but our air conditioner is running, so hopefully that's not too loud, and I hope that you guys are able to hear me okay. But I did want to talk to you guys about something really exciting. So September, I have my first travelers leaving the country since, early March. Right before the pandemic hit, I have my first travelers going to Aruba, which is very exciting. So if you are in the Northeast, like New York, Aruba has actually waived the pre-testing, the pre-COVID testing, because we've been handling the virus fairly well here. So Aruba is an amazing place that you guys can visit right now. So that's what I wanted to talk about today. Where can you go right now to get away? So if you are in the Northeast, you know that fall can be really fun. It's beautiful. We have all of the leaves changing, so we can always kind of travel up and down that Northeast corridor. But if you had to cancel your vacations and you're looking for a getaway, I actually have a few brands that are kind of catering to families right now who are gonna be stuck at home doing that homeschool, that full online schooling. So Royalton, Hard Rock, they're offering these really great promotions for families to come down with that high-speed Wi-Fi included, so that you guys can do your homeschooling from the beach. So it's really cool. Like, you don't have to miss out on doing all of those things. You can do your work from home. You can do your homeschooling. So for us here in our school district, we are fully online. Our kiddo at least till mid-November. But his school day is 4 days a week, and it's from 9 to noon. So I'm kind of calculating, can we do those 3 hours in the morning and then spend the rest of the day at a beautiful all-inclusive resort? And I'm thinking, yes. I'm thinking my answer to that is yes, get me the heck out of here. So where can we go? Where can we go with our U.S. passport? There's a lot of places in the Caribbean that are opening. The two that come top of mind for me that are some of the easiest are going to be Aruba. So especially in many of our Northeast states, you don't need that COVID test ahead of time. Now again, that's as of today, September 1. So we know things can change, but as of the recording of this, you don't need a negative COVID test. Cancun is also a great option. I have some amazing contacts down there that have been keeping me very, very updated about what's happening at the resorts, those health and safety measures. In Cancun, resorts are only at 30%. That's where they're capping out. And that means it's going to be really easy to social distance. So, and the rates are amazing. They want you to rediscover their their destinations. So we're getting awesome rates for the fall. And if you guys are looking for that 4-night getaway, these are places that are not really difficult to get to. So mornings of travel, you'll be there in the afternoon. So those are two that come to mind. We have some other places like St. Lucia is gorgeous. Bermuda, Jamaica, Dominican Republic. What else? Dominica, which is different than the Dominican Republic. So there's some other places. Some of them may require having a negative COVID test before you go. Again, let's talk about that. They're always changing. So if you are in Western New York, which is where I am, you can get that rapid COVID test right now. So you're gonna get a COVID test and have your results in 15 minutes. You can get on that plane and you can go. So most of these countries are going to be really easy, just how you would normally travel with a passport. Many of them have instituted an online kind of form to check in. But again, they're open for business. They're ready for travel. And I have my first travelers hitting the road, going to Aruba this month. And it's so exciting. We are starting to see that travel is opening up. So if you guys are ready to get out of here, definitely reach out. There's some places you can go in the fall. And like I said, there's some really cool brands that are doing some awesome things if you're going on a family trip, that, you know, you can make sure that those kiddos can still get online to do their web logins for school and make that very easy for you. There's other brands like Charisma, which is our gourmet all-inclusives. So if you guys have been following for a while, last August, I was in Mexico, in Cancun, touring a bunch of the Charisma properties. So that's like your El Dorado Maroma, your El Dorado Royale, and your El Dorado Seaside Suites, among a few others. So right now, they're having an amazing, I mean, truly amazing promotion. And when I say gourmet all-inclusive, I mean, these are top-notch properties, fantastic food. The only 5 diamond rated restaurant in all of Cancun they have on their resorts. Seaside Suites, which is my personal favorite, they're huge deep discount for the room, and they're also giving you your private transfer for free and allowing you to pick one excursion. So for like $1,500, you can go for a 4-night getaway. Now these are going to be adult only, but again, if you've been home with your family, you may need to get away. Now that we know many schools are going to be online. So this might be the opportunity to take a break, or to schedule that break so you see that at the end of the tunnel in a few weeks. I think we're considering going in the beginning of October. That's when my birthday is. And like many of you, I am sitting on a ton of travel vouchers for airlines. So I can use those and get my flights either really inexpensively or free, depending on how many travel vouchers I need, and stay at some beautiful gourmet all-inclusives and be pampered for 4 nights. So again, that's gonna be, now I know a 3-night off the top of my head is $1,300, so I believe the 4-night, I should have grabbed that before I popped on, was like $1,500 or something like that. So it's very inexpensive. So remember, that price includes your room, which are going to be very beautiful rooms, all of your food, gourmet food at multiple dining locations on property, all of your alcohol, okay? So all of your alcohol is going to be included. Your transfer is included, so picking you up at the airport, taking you to the resort, and then vice versa, and you get one excursion included. So there's a couple options for a catamaran. There's a nighttime catamaran with a dinner on the beach. There's a daytime catamaran with snorkeling. There's horseback riding. There's ATVs. I'm trying to think if there was any other ones. There was a few options, and those are all going to be at Adventures Maroma. So if you do one and you get that as your complimentary, you can always tack on some of the other ones. When I was there, we did speedboats and we did ATVs. There's a bunch of different excursions that they have there in one location. It's also right next to El Dorado Maroma, which is another beautiful resort. That one's not on the promotion, but again, just so that you guys kind of have an idea of where everything is located. So those are some options. Again, if you are a couple and you need to get away and experience either some time on your own, or if you have kids, to get away from those kids now that we know that many of our school districts are going to be still at home. If you want to take the whole family, a lot of resorts are doing really cool kind of homeschool promotions with that high-speed Wi-Fi, so you can still get those kids logged in at your resort. So again, the Caribbean is open for business. We are ready to travel, and I have travelers going this month. It's really exciting. So I just kind of wanted to throw that out there, especially if you guys have been just sort of feeling stressed, which I know on my school's Facebook group, the stress is palpable. We start next week and everybody's a little bit like, holy crap, what are we gonna do? So I think this might be something nice to look forward to, that we don't have to wait too long, that there are options in the Caribbean that we can visit right now and that we can be pampered. So wanted to talk about that. I also want to do an update on two things. But I have two groups going in the spring. The first is Tropical Costa Rica, hosted by me. So our awesome representative from Colette did an amazing recording. If you guys have been following along, we were supposed to do a Zoom call last week, but we lost power here. One of 76 houses to lose power in my neighborhood. So very strange little outage. We couldn't do it. So Kevin was awesome. He went on and he just recorded that. So it's on demand. So you can find that in a link here. It's below. If you just scroll a little bit, you'll see that on demand link for that. But that's going to be an amazing tour. We're going to start and end in San Jose, which is the capital city. We're going to go to Costa, which is your sort of beautiful Pacific Coast beach. So you're going to have that beach experience. We're going to go to Monteverde, which is the cloud forest, so the hanging bridges, the zip lining, all of that. We're going to go to Arenal, which is your volcano. Now, Kevin said he didn't want it to be erupting. Now, I don't want an eruption, but I do want lava flowing because it looks really cool at night when it does. But we're going to do a boat tour. We're going to do a coffee plantation. We're going to see a lot of stuff. Everything that's in that itinerary is included, which is important that you guys know. There isn't anything on there that you're going to have to pay extra for. Now, are there options to do more things? Of course. You can absolutely do more things, but if it's listed, it's included. So, and that's going to include many of your meals, breakfast every day, several of your lunches. And then again, in terms of, if you're going to go and buy yourself dinner or some drinks, it's a very inexpensive country. So the last time I was there, a beer was like 400 or 500 colones, which is $4 or $5. It's not very expensive. So you're not going to need a ton of extra money to have on hand unless you plan to bring back a whole bunch of coffee or rum, which I suggest because the coffee and rum there are amazing. So if you do want to bring some back, definitely have some extra money for that. But in general, you're not going to need a lot of extra pocket money for that trip. It's all going to be included if it's on the itinerary. And I'm super excited to take folks to Costa Rica. I haven't been back in several years, but it's one of my most favorite places in the whole world. We also are working with Senior Radio to put on a trip hosted by Linda Pellegrino. So if you're tuning in from kind of outside that Western New York area or bubble, you may not know who she is, but she is sort of a legend here in Western New York. She's been hosting a show called AM Buffalo forever. So everybody knows her show, and she's just such a lovely human being. It's hard to explain if you don't know her, but she's lovely. And she's our host for First Passage to the West, which is a trip with Rocky Mountaineer. So Rocky Mountaineer is also a full-service tour company. They're in the Canadian Rockies. So that trip's going to start in Vancouver and end in Calgary. We're going to visit Kamloops. We're going to visit Lake Louise. We're going to visit Banff. And we're going to do our traveling mostly on their custom trains. So they have these beautiful custom trains, this gold leaf service. So it's a 2-story train. And the top floor has this 360-degree glass roof. So you are not going to miss a thing. They also have these beautiful viewing platforms off the back of the car that can fit about 16 or so people. So the average speed on those trains is about 30 miles an hour, but they will slow down to about 5 miles an hour if they see animals. We're scheduled for the spring, so we're hoping to see a lot of baby animals. The other cool aspect of this is that they're the only passenger trains on those tracks. The other trains on those tracks are freight trains, and most of them carry like grain. So the grain falls off the trains pretty regularly. So guess what? Those animals know that the train tracks are somewhere to go to get some snacks. So the animals do come very close to the train tracks. So in terms of viewing, in terms of photographs, you're going to see awesome animals, and a lot of them are going to be very close. Now, we could never guarantee an animal encounter, but this is one of the perks. You also have Michelin starred chefs who are cooking your dinners, or your dinners, your lunches, and your breakfast on board the train right there. So you're having like gourmet dinner. I keep saying dinner, breakfast and lunch, gourmet meals. You have a train host who's going to keep you guys sort of abreast of everything that's going on around you. And that trip is going at the end of April. So that trip goes April 28th to May 5th. Costa Rica goes March 13th to the 20th. Oh gosh, I should know that off the top of my head. So mid-March for Costa Rica, end of April, beginning of May for Rocky Mountaineer. So that's what we've got on the books right now in terms of group travel. The Caribbean is open. So Aruba, Jamaica, Cancun, if you guys are ready to go, I'm ready to send you. They are there. Again, most of the hotels are going to be at 30% capacity. So social distancing is not going to be a challenge. Great promotions like I've never seen before. And I think we're going to try to do an Alaska cruise maybe for the end of 2021, like summer 2021. I'll see what you guys are interested in for that. So we've been throwing that around. So if you guys are interested in that, this one's a challenge. I know I have a lot of Disney folks here. Still don't have a date for California for Disneyland. Disney World is open. They are doing a fantastic job. Florida is still a challenge, especially from the Northeast. We don't have to quarantine going, but we have to quarantine coming back. The great news about a Disney package is it's only $200 to deposit. So if you are thinking about doing that sort of sweet spot, that November to December, where you get those holiday decorations, the pricing is amazing. Your deposit of $200, we can always move it. You're not going to lose that. It's very flexible. So if you guys are interested in putting a deposit down because those promotions just came out and they're awesome, let's do it. I mean, we can always move those around if things haven't changed or you're not comfortable come November, December with the landscape of things. Personally, we have a trip end of January, so fingers crossed. I'm anxious to get back to Disney World, and so is the family. So I think that's all I have for updates, unless you guys have any questions. Also, do me a favor, if you guys are watching this in the replay and you didn't watch it live, just comment replay, because I'm trying to kind of get a gauge for how many of you guys are actually watching live and how many of you guys are watching later. So that's what I've got today. If you are just tuning in now, go back to the beginning to hear all the awesome stuff about the Caribbean and the promotions and which locations are open now for travel. So with that, happy Tuesday, and I will see you guys real soon.